Hello and welcome to another episode of my Working with Apple series, and today I want to show you a little trick that you can use when taking meeting notes that have tasks for you to do, or you to do something. Now, the problem I've always had with this is if you have 5 or 6 meetings in a day, you're making 5 or 6 notes. Some meetings you have nothing to do, other meetings you've got something to do. How at the end of the day, when you're exhausted, can you go through those notes and find those tasks so that you can move them into your task manager or reminders? It's been a problem that I've been thinking about for a while, and the other day I came up with a solution using tags and smart folders. So I'm going to show you how to set that up now. Now, before I do that though, I'd just like to say if you do get any value from this video, then please help me by clicking on that like button below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, and you want to get all the latest tips, tricks and news on using Apple's productivity tools, then please subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's go into Apple Notes now and I'll show you how to get this set up. Okay, so I have 2 meeting notes here. Now they are fictitious, but I have 2 meeting notes right here, and at this moment in time I don't have any tasks inside them. But to get us started, what we need to do is to create a unique folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new folder, which you do down here on the bottom right. Just create new folder, and I'm going to call this meetings. And that's set up. Now I'm not going to make this a smart folder. This is just a basic simple folder. I'm going to create that. Now the thing with this meetings folder is you can actually place this folder anywhere you like. So on a normal day-to-day basis, I would move this into my resources, probably because it is a resource. So I would probably put it inside my resources. And there it is. So if I close my resources, meetings disappear, but it's right there. Now, what you can do now is I can now move these into my meetings folder. It doesn't matter where they are really, but I can move them into my meetings folder. They do need to be in your meetings folder though for this trick to work. Now, theoretically, you can actually do it from the notes folder, but if you have created any other checklist, this is going to get messed up. What this is about is being able to pull out the checklist tasks basically without being confused with everything else. So bear with me while we do this. So we've got these 2 notes inside meetings. Now, the thing is, what we need to do is we need to create a new folder, because this is going to be where all the uncompleted tasks are going to show up. So we create a new folder and we're going to call it meeting. You can call this whatever you want, but I'm going to call this meeting tasks. And this is a smart folder. So we click on the smart folder right there. Now, what we want to do is to make sure all of the following filters are included, because we've got 2 filters that we need to create. The first is we want to create checklist. And from checklists, we want to be able to change that to unticked. Once we've done that, so we've got all, checklists, and unticked, we hit the plus button over here. And now what we do is we go down to and add folders, and then it says include. If you tap underneath, you can now pick up the folders to include. Now you only really want to be including 1. So I'm going to go down here and I've seen my meetings is right there. So I'm tapping on that and that's it. That's all you need. Nothing else. So just to quickly resume to do that, make sure it's a smart folder that all of the following filters, so you could change that to any, but it's all of the following filters are included. The first one is checklists and unticked, and then folders and include, and only include the meetings. Now, of course, if you have more folders where you want to pick up these unticked checklists, then you can do so, but I'm only going to be using 1 folder for this demonstration. What we do is click OK. Now, the thing about smart folders is you cannot move them inside a folder. So they're going to have to be separated. Now, whether you put them up at the top or whether you put them at the bottom, that's really entirely up to you. I generally leave my smart folders up at the top. This is just a demonstration account, so because I've got a lot of personal data in my real notes. But what I wanted to basically show you is essentially where you can put these. Now, you can drag these down to the bottom if you wish, or you can have them at the top. I prefer them at the top. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so let's go back into the meetings. Now, let's just say here I've got one that's task. So I'm going to say call Freddie. Oh, we need to make sure that this is a checklist, so we can go up there and turn it into a checklist. So call Freddie next week and arrange meeting, and I could sort of say research articles on bright shiny objects. Okay, now let's imagine in this case, well, we'll come back to this in a second, and then with Angie I'm going to do here. Now, by the way, whenever I have meeting notes, the bottom structure can often change quite a bit, but I always put my to-dos or tasks up at the top. So I put tasks and I make that into a title. So we make that into a heading, sorry. And then I can put the tasks. I like to see them at the top because then I can quickly see them. And during the meeting, I can then add them up at the top. So I'm not having to go down the list throughout to figure these out. So we can research rentals, and I could book time off, and I can put let's just do refill car. Something like that. Okay, but it doesn't matter what these tasks are. Now, right now, because these notes are in my meetings, and these two notes both contained unchecked tasks, you will see that now I actually have meeting tasks. They're in here. These meetings are both in here. So I know in this particular smart folder that there are tasks that need to be completed. Now let's go back to my meetings, and let's just say now it's the end of the day. I'm moving all these into my task manager. So I've done my research. I've done, oops. Yeah, okay, we're going to, that's because I've not used this demo account for a while. And then let's check off this one. And now what we'll do is we'll go into our meeting task. You'll see that that meeting note now has disappeared. Go back to meetings. If I uncheck these, go back to this one. If I uncheck those and go back to my meeting tasks, that's come back in because now I've got unchecked tasks. Now you can do this little trick with anything. If you're using checklists, you can actually create, as I say, if I go into the meeting tasks, I can, let's go by edit smart folder. You know, I can add other notebooks in here. So as soon as I do that, I can add other notes in here to pull out, or in folders, I should say. At this moment in time, this is the only one I need. So you can modify this, you can change this, you can include pretty much anything you want, but it's a great way to be able to sort through your notes quickly and to be able to find the tasks that you may have set up during a meeting that you may have had. So again, if I just check these off, so I've done these, and what you'll see is it disappears, or there you go, it's just disappeared. Drop me back down to meetings, but if I go back to meeting tasks now, it's right there. Let's say I do these, so I'm going to complete these, and they're all done, and you'll notice that in a few seconds, that disappears. Now my meeting tasks folder is completely clear. Okay, so there you go. Just a quick tip. You can play around with this. That means hopefully it will spark some ideas in you. Other ways that you can take advantage of this. It's a great way of being able to pull out the notes that you have tasks to complete, and all you need to do is just use the checklist. Well, thank you so much for watching this video, and it just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week. Hello, thank you very much for watching my videos. Now I have something exciting to tell you about. Recently I have developed a brand new time management system. It's a system designed to manage your time in the 21st century. The world has changed a lot over the last 20 years. In fact, it's actually changed a lot this year. And what we need now is a system, a time management system that is very easy to use, easy to maintain, so that you can spend more of your time doing the work. And that's what the time sector system is all about. It's going to change your whole belief system about the way a time management system should work, because this focuses on when you are going to do the task. And let's be honest, it doesn't matter how motivated, inspired, or how urgent something is. If you don't have time to do it, it is never going to get done. And that's what this system is built around, getting your work done, so you can spend more of your time doing the things that you want to do. I hope you join me in this course. The full details of the course are in the show notes below, so please join me, and thank you very much for watching this brief video.